what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
I got wasted cause I didn't want to deal with myself tonight. My thoughts get drowned until I feel alright. I keep drinking till I'm someone I don't recognize. I got wasted.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 90, volume 5 of a special end of Dryuary edition of Big Fan, your go-to podcast when you spent the last 30 days cleansing your body of poisons like alcohol, caffeine, and sugar, fasting from carbs and all fast food, and you finally need an outlet to talk about your month of hell with other participants? Well, you've got us here. Welcome to Big Fan. Hank? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. My name is Hank Eimer. I'm a big fan of successfully navigating Dryuary without killing someone in the process. Dreading an appointment that you have and then having it canceled 2 hours before. We all know that feeling. Mm-hmm. You know you hate it. You hate going to see this person, and then next thing you know, they can't make it.
Yes, what a feeling.
What
almost
a feeling.
Like Christmas Day.
That's almost as good as watching your co-host get his phone taken away from him by his wife at a high school sporting event.
First of all, Hank, she did not take my phone away.
But I saw it.
Anyway, I want to congratulate you. We made it.
We made it
through Dryuary. We did it, Hank.
We made it?
Did it. 30 days of just struggling. You know, no fast food, no carbs, no alcohol, no caffeine, no sugar. You and I decided to take this on, and we did it.
I was with you on January probably 9th.
Okay.
And you were drinking.
Club soda.
No. We all know what was going on.
Well, anyway, to all the people that made it, join Hank and I as we celebrate together Dryuary. So, Hank, what was the toughest part for you?
I think the biggest thing is you get situational drinking. You know what I mean? Like playing tennis. After tennis, you want to celebrate, especially a victory. I had a big victory with our man LT. Wanted to celebrate that, right?
Yes.
With a celebratory drink. Couldn't do it, right? Couldn't do it. The other thing is like I think that's like that's the downfall. You go to dinner with your spouse. You're sitting there, nice dinner, having a little discussion, sipping water. It's tough to
Boring.
do. It's tough to do. I will tell you the interesting side of that is when you get to hang out with those that are drinking.
Yeah.
And are probably overserved.
Sure. That's what I noticed the most, too.
And you get to watch what kind of idiots they are. Exactly. You get to watch. That's what
I noticed just looking at the fools they made of themselves as they took in the amounts of alcohol that they did in Dryuary. Where you and I, on the sidelines, just watching them,
you and I.
cheering for each other.
You and
we
I.
Can do it, Hank.
See, this is the behavior. We have a good friend that he's trying to pull the same behavior because, we talk about there's rules, right? Yes. There's rules. If the weekend connects with a holiday, if the first is on a Monday, it connects, right? So you got to be part. If you're not working, then it connects. Mm-hmm. If you have a work event and you want to pull that, that's fine. Or if the team agrees that there's a cheat day, that's okay too. Okay.
Cheat day, you do it together. Or you can have your own.
You get to have your own. You can have it
day.
Okay. So you're talking about like maybe a day to a couple of days that you're off. Mm-hmm. Well, we have a good friend who likes to just say "good job," and he doesn't mean it, and he's very degrading, and it's not very much fun to do anything with him, let alone this event. So next year, he said he needs more people on his team because nobody will join his team, and you're the guy for it.
I will gladly. I've made it through one. I can easily make it through 2 Dryuaries.
Let's not let people here think that
no problem.
Day 9. You made it 9 days, but it was because you were dead. Deathly ill.
Actually, it might have even been. Yeah, it was around 9, but it started on December 26th through January 9th, and it can. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We made it, Hank.
We made it.
Yeah. So today is February 1st, so officially it's over.
Oh, it's over,
So
baby.
is there a plan? Are you going to celebrate? Do you go just take it in stride and, this is just another day? No big deal. How are you going to handle it?
Well, first of all, I've got a end of year basketball tournament that I'm going to. We play 5:15 today. Okay, we're playing at Mill Creek.
Yes.
Big game. We're playing Maiden. Have not beat them all year. Okay, so it doesn't look good.
Right.
All right. So I've got that first, but I will tell you today may have one or two. You know, we may celebrate the day, but I'll tell you, there's something nice about getting this sleep pattern that's perfect, because you know how it is. You play tennis, you have a couple beers, you don't get home till 11:30. You take a shower, you eat. You're not in bed late. Then that affects your Tuesday or affects your Thursday or whatever.
Sure.
So the sleep is the biggest part. You know what? I'm just going to maybe just roll into it. How are you going to celebrate?
I've decided to make a dry February too. I'm going one more month. Hank.
One more month.
One more month.
Unbelievable.
I mean, we've got through 30 days. Why not 28 more?
You know what?
Let's
You're an
go for it.
inspiration.
That's what I strive to be.
You're an
I
inspiration.
strive to be inspirational to my friends and our listeners. And
You're an
to
inspiration.
everyone around.
Let me
the
know how
world, to
that
be quite
goes.
honest. I will. I'll keep you posted.
Super Bowl. You're going to be completely dry on the Super Bowl.
Don't need it. Don't need it.
Don't need it.
Give me some Gatorades. Give me some water. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. I did see you mentioned about my phone getting taken from my wife because I was on timeout. Well, that is not the case, Hank. I did go to my first high school basketball game last night. Boy, was I amazed.
A lot of talent.
And it kind of makes you miss, being in front of the crowd.
The atmosphere is awesome.
Incredible. I just enjoyed it thoroughly. But anyway, it was senior night. Mm-hmm. And my daughter, Olivia, used to play a bunch of ball and soccer, but she kind of quit playing sports to really focus on her academics. But she did tell me there was one thing that she always wanted to do. This is her senior year.
Yeah.
She was like, I've always wanted to be the tornado mascot.
Oh, wow.
And, get on the court and do all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Let's go for it. And so she started talking about this her freshman year. Well, guess who was in the tornado costume?
She was in it last night. I saw her.
Yes.
I did not know that was Olivia.
Tommy the Tornado. Olivia East was Tommy the Tornado last night. And
Fantastic.
so she got there for the girls' games. And it's so funny to see her because, we knew she was in there. A lot of people did not.
I didn't.
Yes. And, Tommy the Tornado is ripped. He's got
yoked.
Yes, guns. And he's got a big tornado head and everything. It's just funny to think little Olivia is Tommy Tornado. But anyway, I asked her how she thought it went. And she said that she loved it all except she tried to get the wave going in the student section, and they weren't trying to feel the wave. But it was so the big thing that I noticed, she would be in the back with the kids because the costume is very hot. She said she was sweating bullets in there, so she'd have to take a little break from the court and go into that little side room. That's where all the kids play. That back room.
Yeah.
So they were like, they would love on Tommy, and then they try to throw their jacket to see if it would fit down his funnel head. And so she had 3 jackets hanging off the top of her head because the little kids are just, throwing them up there.
Sure. Did you make it on the court?
Oh, yes. So when they ran out, this is hilarious. So she was at the girls' game, and I saw her in the corner, and she was doing all this stuff, trying to get the crowd pumped up. And then when the boys got introduced, and they have that little tunnel, she was at the very back of it. And waiting for all the guys to go through, and she started to run out there, and I was thinking, go, and she stopped. Oh. She thought she might get in trouble, so she made it through like the very beginning. The people, and then she just stopped. Because I wanted her to go out on the court.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe
hype
she'd
it
run
up.
And slide,
yeah.
But anyway, one of her dreams she achieved last night. She was
awesome.
The mascot. Yes.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
maybe Lucy Rose will want to.
Yeah,
do that.
Follow in the footsteps.
Be the Tommy Tornado one day.
Exactly. Tommy the Tornado, they said he only dressed out. So it's by, you have to ask to do it. They don't have someone specifically for the role. So one dude wanted to do it for the football game, and then the tornado uniform just sat lonely until last night. Yeah. So
was it at every football game? Tommy Tornado was at every football game? Just one game.
They only had one person want to do it the entire football season. And so far, basketball season, one person, and it was Olivia.
How about me and you?
That would be fun.
Divvy this up.
That would be fun.
We try to get a guest Tommy Tornado every week at a football game. How great would it be to be like, who is that?
Yes,
who is
that's
that?
Fantastic.
Roger Young. It'd be like the singer, guessing the singer,
Mass Singer.
Mass Singer.
Yeah,
it'd be like that.
And so the tornado has to come out there and do something that would help identify his real personality.
Right.
Like if it's LT, he would just like fall down a lot. Because LT falls.
It'd be like
right?
loser.
Loser, yeah. Look at you on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, let's Coach Kraft. All you got to do, we got to call him up and say, here's the schedule. We have some people that want to be Tommy the Tornado.
I think it'd be amazing if we could get people in there doing that.
Too. Well, speaking of, amazing and costumes and, superpowers, like a tornado can whirl around 150 miles an hour and destroy a community. Let's talk about good superpowers that, if I were to ask you, Hank, let's talk about a superpower that might have its disadvantage. You tell me if it would be worth keeping this superpower. We've talked about superheroes before on the show, and actually, it probably was one of our finest shows ever.
I think it is probably our finest show. Yeah.
This one is definitely not
Arm tear-off boy.
Yes.
Wasn't that one of them?
Of course.
Hindsight lad.
Hindsight.
I loved Hindsight Lad. For those people that didn't know, Hindsight Lad, he would look at a situation after a battle or something would happen, and he would tell you all the flaws that you made and that the ways that we could have made this battle perfect. Hindsight Lad.
Oh, we need to make real comic books for these guys. But Anyway, this is the next task. I'm going to tell you a superpower, and then its disadvantage that comes with it, and then you let me know if it's something you would want to move forward with. Hank, are you ready?
Yep.
First, you can fly. You have the power of flight. But the only way you fly is you have to flap your arms like a bird. Like you look very goofy. You have to stay in flight. You have to flap like a bird.
Okay. Do I have big wings?
You just have your arms.
Just
so
my
somebody
arms.
just sees you running, then all of a sudden you're looking like you're flapping like a bird, and that's how you take off.
But I can run and I can do other things.
Yes, you just look really goofy is what I'm saying.
Hey, I'm taking I'm taking the flight. Could you imagine? People make fun of me all they want. If I hawk somebody down.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, oh, okay, you're on the beach. All right, I'm going to fly out a little bit further, see what I can see. I get out there.
What if somebody mistakes you for a real bird and shoots you? Because you're flapping your wings.
They got terrible vision is what they have.
It's a big bird.
Yeah, it is a big bird.
Big bird.
Well, I would probably take that. How about you?
I'd do it for sure because my one superpower I've always wanted is to fly.
Yeah, flight would be amazing.
So that would be my favorite one. So I don't care what I look like. Let me fly. Okay, you can become invisible at any time, but when you do, you become blind while you're invisible. So, let's say invisibility, boom, you've got it. But now you cannot see. See, did you see how I closed my eyes?
I think that's counterproductive. I mean, if you were to tell me that I were an assassin, but that still wouldn't work because I couldn't get in position to kill anybody.
What you can use your senses to hear. So you could hear a conversation.
Could people feel you like they could bump into you still?
Yes. Oh, yeah. You're you have the cloak of invisibility, which means you are really still there.
No way I'm doing it.
Really?
No way.
So
I get no advantage.
You can hear what people are saying. Like if you wanted to spy on a conversation, your closest competitor in the real estate market, are they putting that house on the market? You could be in that meeting and hear when it's going on.
You got to get in there because you got to see your way through there.
What you do, you fake in another disguise into their office.
Oh, so now I got more disguises.
You got this disguise on. Then you go to the restroom. You put your cloak on. Now you're blind. And you go
now you seem
around.
like this is a perfect yes, I will do this.
This is great.
If I can cloak in different ways, then yes, I'll do it.
Because you would think the reason you would want to be invisible, I mean, when you're little, I'll be invisible and I'll go rob a bank and no one will see me. I'll just come out with bags of money and things like that.
Very twisted mind.
What would you do with your invisibility? If you were invisible, what would you do?
I would probably go to the countryside
and
see people. I mean, see animals in their natural habitat
without bothering them.
Yeah. A wolf.
Nice person.
They'd probably still smell you and attack you.
Probably bite you. Yes.
Yeah. But okay, so let me guess. You're going to rob somebody. Anybody else? You want to throw off a building? Maybe.
Who knows? If they mess with me, yeah. If they mess with me. But anyway, let me get in the bank. Let me get some bags of money. Wouldn't that be great? You just see bags of money floating, because I'm invisible. So
how would you run out though? Nobody, you can't see. So where are you running? Just into walls?
I guess so. Well, maybe I don't know how I'm going to get that money out of there. How am I going to get that money out of there, Hank?
That's a great question.
Let me think about the invisibility one. We'll put that one on hold. All right, here's the next one. You have super strength, like the Hulk. But you have the muscle. You do not have the muscle control to control or apply a gentle touch. So you always have to wear these huge gloves. I mean, like massive gloves. Take a normal boxing glove and multiply it by 5, and so you have these huge gloves. Okay, so you could mow down a wall with a punch. But it also, because if you didn't have the gloves on and you're holding a coffee cup, your strength just shatters it.
How am I going to hold this coffee cup with that five times boxing glove?
Take both gloves like this. See what I'm doing? And you take two hands.
See what I'm doing?
And then you go like this and drink out of it. Do you see? You're taking both hands with the gloves, picking up the coffee cup.
I think if you had that power, you could kind of almost, stay with me here, give me a little bit of rope. You could almost be like Jabba the Hutt, sitting down. People would feed you grapes, maybe, pour your drink into your mouth, because at this point you're a weapon, a deadly weapon. People don't want to mess with you, right? You're able to kill anybody with a single touch. Mm-hmm. I'd go with that.
Go with that?
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
How about you?
You could decorate the gloves any way you want.
I wouldn't wear the gloves. I'm not touching anything.
When you have broken arm or you have cast and people sign your glove, your cast, you could have people sign your gloves. It's like a fashion statement. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody wants to sign the gloves because you might touch it. You might move towards them, and the next thing you know, you break something.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna let you have the superpower. I'm passing on that one. Here you go. You've got super speed like Flash.
I like this one.
The super speed, and you can go. Let's not put a time limit on it, but let's do. You can super speed for 1 minute. You are gone. But as soon as you finish, you have 1 minute of complete and intense slowness and lethargicness. Mm-hmm. So you ran from here to Wilmington in 1 minute. But after the next minute, when you get there, you can barely move.
I'll take that in a minute.
You're literally gonna have to lay down to get
on the beach. In Wilmington.
Wherever you might be.
And I'm back.
Let's say you didn't make it. Your task was Wilmington and you ran out of super strength and you're in a swamp. And then now you're sinking into a swamp because now you have 1 minute of slowness and lethargic movement. So you could just drown in a swamp.
I think that's a logistic question. You're going to have to know your path and
plot
speed.
your map out first.
You'd have to be really good at math because you'd be like, okay, if I'm hitting 40, you'd walk to 40, and then when you hit 40,
boom, go there. Yeah.
How far am I going to get? Because if you get to Plymouth, not very much going on in Plymouth.
Sure.
But if you get all the way to Morehead City, maybe that's something else.
There you go. Something to think about. You have the ability to read people's or hear people's thoughts.
Okay.
So you look at someone, you can hear what they're thinking in your mind. But the voice that comes in your mind is always the voice of Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, God. I knew you were going to say something like that's
so
terrible.
It's that screeching voice, but you're understanding what this other person is thinking, but it's always in that voice. So you would have to imagine you've got his head in your mind.
I'd still want
at
it.
all times.
Still want it.
Definitely.
And the other thing is how how frustrating would it be is you'd be constantly negotiating against that person what you hear the entire time. Like, they just called me an ass. Now I've got to be super cool to him to either get him to like me or...
It would be a hard superpower to have.
That would be.
You want to know what people are thinking at all times, but do we really? Do we really want to know and understand what people are thinking at all times? Probably not.
No. Do we care?
Yeah, do we even care? Yes. So it would be cool to have that one as a backup when you really want to call on it. But if his voice is in my head at all times, I'm out. I think.
There's the other ones. Could you imagine walking down New York City and hearing everybody's?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it'd be awful.
That'd be a terrible burden to have. All right, here's another one. You are immortal. You cannot die. But the other thing is you do not stop aging. So as you continue to get older, you are aging, wrinkles and arthritis and, not to the point where you can't move around and live life. You can still get up, but you're old.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Just go ahead and
just
get
let me get to 80.
Yeah.
I'd be happy.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you there.
I was talking to an old man today. Okay. Today at lunch, old man was talking about, he said, when I was about 50 years old, I negotiated with God and I said, hey, God, you get me to 90 and you can take me. Right. Mm-hmm. He said, just get me to 90. You can take me. This gentleman just celebrated his 89th birthday.
Wow.
And he told me he'd like to renegotiate. He said he'd like to get God on the phone and tell him he's not ready to go. But if we all look back at it like right now, heck, if we get to 90, he's got his health, he's got his mind, he's in a coffee club, he's shag dancing, he's playing pool. Damn. At 90, if I could pull that off,
pretty impressive.
I'd want to live to be 95.
Did you share God's number with him?
I did.
He can text him.
Don't you worry, he's got it. Living to be 90, he's got it.
No doubt about it.
This podcast is sponsored by Jackson Creative, a custom communication agency located in downtown Hickory, North Carolina, specializing in online content creation. To learn more, visit thejacksoncreative.com. Jackson Creative, we tell your story.
All right. At any time, you can ask for however much money you want, like at any time, but the money appears to you in dimes only. Like, so I need to buy this car. I need $23,000 real quick.
You haven't bought a car recently. No car is $23,000.
I'm buying a used car for one of my daughters, $23,000.
Got 200,000 miles on it.
And you snap your fingers, and here comes the money. But it's all dimes. It's dimes.
I could deal with that.
Yeah.
I'd do it all. I'd do it at the bank.
And so then, or right at those coin machines at the grocery store. As soon as they come up,
you'd have to calculate 7%. You have to say, okay,
add 7% because they're going to take 7% from me.
Yep.
Yeah. You could also use this as a weapon. I was saying, like, if you're getting ready to get in a fight with a bully and he's in front of you, and then you were like, I conjure up 10,000 dimes, and they just land on his ass. And smush him. You know? That's a good weapon.
Yeah, I didn't know that this existed. Our producer brought up converting dimes to dollars.
Okay.
Yes. I think it wouldn't be that difficult a conversion, but
yes, just times 10. Right?
10 is a dollar.
Okay,
there we go. I got it.
Okay.
Got the conversion skill.
That's
That's for the lazy person, apparently. So I mean, listen. Anytime I can get money when I want it, I'm good with that. But you, again, being the person you are, thinks about killing somebody with dimes. It's unbelievable.
Think if because you did a very kind gesture the other day. We were at the concession stands working it, and this little boy runs up and he's like, "Give me a water." And then we're supposed to take money for the water.
Right.
The little boy's so cute. He didn't have any money on him. You bought him a water. So at that moment, you could just say, "The water cost $1. Power, I need 10 dimes."
10 dimes.
Pops it right in your hand.
There you
put
go.
it in the concession bank. Take the water. Pass it to the young man. Free and clear.
But yet he took the dollar out of my pocket.
Yes, he did. I think he said he was going to pay you back too. Did you get that?
Oh no, I didn't get any of that.
That's fun. Those concession stands. I mean, I'm sorry to veer off course real quick, but I enjoy it so.
I do too.
I mean, it's because you feel like you're giving back and you're helping.
Yep.
But then you get to see all these kids. You get to see the kids, the little baby kids, and the kids that are in school, the parents. They're coming grandparents. You see everyone just walk right by you, and most of the people we know. We've known from living here our whole life, or sports, or whatever. So, we have tell a story, a quick conversation.
Right.
You get them their hot dog and their Perkle, and then you just move on. But it's very rewarding.
Yeah,
is what I would say.
Yeah. And it's funny because when you get busy, somebody's like, "Can I get a popcorn? Can I get a pepperoni pizza? I'd like a Airhead Extreme, a pickle,
A Perkle,
a blue Gatorade,
yes,
and a water, and make that another Gatorade."
That's right.
And then they just keep going. Then I want a Cowtail. And then you're like, all right, that's $11.50. What can I get for 50 cents?
50 cent more,
Another
that's right.
Cowtail.
That's it. It's funny, how it works. If they've got 50 cent more, we've got some selections for 50 cents. We can get all that money.
Yep.
Yes. So
Funny.
out of the concessions, the biggest movers I've noticed are the popcorn.
Yep.
The drink, the Perkles. Sell a lot of Perkles. The one item that doesn't move is the honey bun.
Oh, I sold a
noticed
couple
that?
of them.
You've
I've sold a couple of them.
I've sold one honey bun the entire time I've been there. And how much did you charge for it? There's no price for the honey bun.
$1.50, I think.
There you go. Okay, I'll start pushing them more because after the last event, the honey buns were the only thing left. We sold out of everything else, which is awesome. So I'll push the honey buns next time.
Good work.
Your favorite thing to sell there?
I do love the pickle because it's only $1 and
Yes.
it's a huge
Huge
pickle. It's a huge pickle.
Yes.
And to watch we put them in these hot dog, these tray things.
Yes.
And to watch these little kids
Eat them Perkles.
eat the pickle and they get, it juice all over them.
Yes.
It's quite a mess.
Yeah, it really is. Pickle, great concession choice.
And the funny thing is so we're sitting there waiting for a game to happen. Like the boys' game is usually at 5:30.
Yeah.
You see these boys at 4:53 eat a honey bun pickle, a Cowtail, 2 Gatorades, and popcorn.
Yes.
And you think, what is going on in that gut right about now? About game time.
But back then, shoot, it wouldn't. You could do whatever you want to when you're young. It never will affect you. Now, try to eat that and go play tennis. We got problems.
We got problems.
Serious problems. All right, a couple more here, Hank. Superpowers that come with a little bit of concern. You can jump extremely high, but only when propelled by your own flatulence. So, you say you're playing ball and you want to go up there and just dunk one. Well, you got to produce a flatulent to propel you. How about this?
Can I get those flatulence on cue? Or
It's up to you. I mean, if you're one that can just like on call and then then yes, more power to you.
But I'm saying like it's not like in my body like I can just think it and it does it.
No.
I'm not doing that. Really? Well, I mean, just think if you try to save somebody up on a top of a building, you push, you could get in real trouble with that.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's a super. I think jumping. That's not a
you don't-
superpower. I don't think that's a superpower.
Have you ever had a dream? I know you don't dream. Do you remember your dreams?
Yes.
Okay. I used to have this dream. I haven't had it in a long time where I could like bend down and explode like through the air. It's not flying, but it's literally leaping. Like I could leap over a house and then I could take another step and leap over a tree. Have you ever had that dream?
No.
It is the most amazing thing. And in the dream, you have to have a thought, just one thought. And in the dream, I know what the thought is. When I wake up and sometimes I remember my dream immediately. I'll try to get in that same bent down position thinking I could do it. But the thought
in your bed?
Right beside my bed, just see if I could spring up and go high. But I can never find that proper thought that I have in my dream. I know it's there.
Okay, so you're telling. So let me get this right because
Yes.
we need it.
Okay,
listen, we
let's
need to
talk.
put these papers away and we need to start really doing some research. Are you
talk.
telling me
Yes.
that you believe that there is a thought out there that you can possess in your
my
mind,
brain, my
in your
mind,
mind,
yes.
that if you walked outside, you could jump over your house?
I do, Hank.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I do.
I give you Chad East. Okay, this is what I have to deal with. This guy thinks he can jump over a house with a thought.
The brain is an amazing thing. There's so much in our brain that we do not utilize.
Oh, you're not utilizing it. I can tell you
One
that.
of these compartments in this huge brain of mine is the ability to leap over homes. I just need to find it.
Listen.
I need to corral the thought.
Your wife is a saint. Your girls are saints to tolerate this kind of ridiculousness. Because this is, listen, look at me. Just look at me in the eyes.
Yes.
You got a problem. All right?
You got to believe. Hank.
You got-
You
well,
got to
I be-
believe.
I believe you got a problem.
All
This is what I
want you-
believe.
I want you to believe.
All right.
Okay, and I've got one more here. So you can breathe underwater and swim. You can breathe underwater for as long as you want, just like you're breathing oxygen out of water, but you can't swim. So you're probably gonna have to have floaties on. There's little floaties.
Well, you wouldn't drown.
You won't drown. But just imagine this. So you really can't swim. I mean, you can. Yeah, you're not going to drown. So you could sink all the way down to the
This is
bottom.
the dumbest superpower
so
ever.
You can just sit there because you cannot literally swim. How would you do that?
You wouldn't even say, "I'll be back."
Yes.
Because you can't
you
get
sink
back
to the bottom. You just
at the
stay
ocean.
down there. I guess you could get like a propulsion device to move you around, but you cannot swim.
Are you friends with the fish? Could you get somebody to move you around?
Sure, you could probably summon the octopus to give you a quick ride back up to the surface. I don't know.
This sounds like a terrible superpower. No, I would
I
not
guess
want
you're
it.
saying no to that one. Okay.
How about you?
I'm going with that one.
You are going with
I
that
just
one.
like to be in the water, go down there, look at all the beauty, and you talk with the fishes. And then when I need to come up, I figured a way to get up.
So, with that being said, like superpowers, when you I love Marvel movies. I love Avengers. I love all that. But there's also the DC, which has guys that have superpowers as well. If you could have any one of them, any one of those be anybody, and they have problems too. Like Wolverine has the nails that come out, but you got to look like a complete idiot with the sideburns and the messed up hair. All right. If there's any of those guys, who would you want to be? I mean, I think I'd want to be Superman. I mean, why would you not want to be Superman?
He'd be the top. He'd be the top. I think I would. My favorite when I was little was Spider-Man. But if I had the choice, of course, I'd have to be Superman. He's number one. Mm-hmm. He's got all the powers.
Right.
But, if you couldn't choose Superman, then I would choose Spider-Man. I think I would.
I don't know, man. Batman not be a bad gig either. You know what?
He just has a belt that has
I know,
tricks stuff.
but he's a normal dude. right?
So is Spider-Man?
Well, let me. No. Spider-Man's a kid that lives with his aunt or something like that. Bruce Wayne is a billionaire.
Yes.
Right? That has some cool stuff, gets to kill people with his outfit, at his car. He doesn't have to deal with saving the whole planet. He just has Gotham. He's a lot of, for him, he's kind of like, he's like the police. He's like, hey, it's out of my jurisdiction.
And would you want to be the
It's
police?
out of Gotham.
Would you want to be the police? You have to deal with all these hooligans all the time. Gotham always seems very dark and violent. If I'm Spider-Man, I'm living in this sunny city. It always seems bright and
You're
Spider-Man.
fighting people too, though.
I am, but it seems like not as dark as Batman. And I can shoot him with a web. I don't know, man. I'm still leaning to Spider-Man.
I don't know, man.
I'm leaning to Spider-Man.
You still want to you want to be selling printing the rest of your life, or you want to live in Gotham being a billionaire and solving crime? I think
probably,
Batman might be the one. I wouldn't want it. The one that I wouldn't want to be is Aquaman.
Yeah.
I mean, what if you're in the ocean and you're seeing somebody get, robbed on the beach? What do you want to throw at them? A starfish?
Starfish.
Or
Yeah.
something like that?
Oyster shell.
What are we doing?
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Yelling at them?
I like Aquaman's power, but, what if you're in Iowa? You're out of luck.
Guy's just a dude.
Exactly.
With
Just a
long
normal
hair,
fella.
looking weird.
Looking very strange. Yes.
Yeah.
Always wanting tuna fish. So, I'd probably pass on Aquaman unless I lived in Australia or something, or Hawaii.
Did you just say Hawaii?
Hawaii. Yes. You know how we talk.
I'll give you that pass. I will give you that pass because of your mother.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Hey, so what you got here today, buddy? Anything else we need to discuss for the big fan? Super Bowl Sunday, it's next weekend. So we've got two teams, the Chiefs and the Eagles. I don't know who you have pulled for. Have you pulled for any of these teams?
No, I mean, I'm a just an innocent bystander when it comes to these two teams. I'm, happy for both of them. I know several Chief fans. I know several Eagle fans, and they're certainly excited. I'm excited for them. I think that it's going to be interesting to see. I think it's going to be a really good game.
I do too. Should be great.
San Francisco played really well and couldn't pull it off, and then the Bengals kind of boneheaded. They could have had the opportunity to win and didn't.
They'd win that game
And didn't. I mean, they had opportunities too.
Yeah.
So to watch that, it'll be good. I mean, I think it'll be a close game. I don't think it'll blow. I don't think there's a better team.
Vegas has the number right now. Philadelphia Eagles minus 1.5 point favorite. So I think that's probably right on the money. It'll be a very close game. You have any plans yet? You normally kind of stick around with the family because Harris really likes to watch the ball games.
We stay around usually. The Zagarolis come over, and for those of you that know the Zagarolis, not a huge sports family, right? Not a huge. So you're doing a lot of direction. Now their kids are very sporty, right? Yes. Mom and dad aren't so much, and usually I don't like to put names out there because I don't want to embarrass people. But you when you get a holding call, the next 2-3 minutes is describing holding.
Really?
Oh yeah, touchback. What's that?
Gosh, wow.
So it's always fun. We always and I always enjoy having them over. So we do usually a little bit of that. Maybe get some stuff to eat, maybe some wings. Kind of do that.
Yes.
Which as far as our audience is concerned, if it's eating, it's me.
Yes, of course.
Right. And let me just go on record and say, I've had numerous people come up to me and say that you are out of line. You were out of line last big fan. Why?
Why so, sir?
It sounded like you were on a kind of an attack all the time. You came in immediately trying to assert dominance, which we all know that you can go ahead and try. You can go ahead and try. Then it came down to the fat shaming.
I didn't consider.
I heard numerous people talk about it, and you know what? That's okay. I'm happy with me.
I know that you're very confident in yourself. I wasn't trying to fat shame. I just wanted the truth from a big boy. That's all.
From a big boy. You can't help yourself. You cannot help yourself.
I'm just kidding. So, I was going to talk a little bit about that. I've completely lost my train of thought now. But the Super Bowl. So, no part you do. I know what it was to give a person a shout out. So Charlie Zag. And the gentleman
two times in one show.
Yes, the gentleman that he used to perform with, Jeff Arditi, I hear are making their comeback after 3 years this Friday at the wine shop.
Oh, I did hear they were doing the wine shop. Yeah.
So we're going to be up there. If you are around the wine shop, pop by. It's Friday night, and because they're very talented guys.
Yep.
Jeff's the singer, Charlie's the guitar player. Jeff plays a little guitar as well, and so together they have a really nice thing going. And so we'll be up at the wine shop at 6 if you can make it. You around? this
I
week?
am around this week.
Yeah, pop up there. Say hello.
Thank you.
Yes.
For the invite.
You're welcome. The other enjoyable thing we have going on this weekend, I'm going to the Virginia Tech Hokies UVA Cavalier basketball game in Blacksburg.
Okay.
Never been up there. I've been to Blacksburg before, but never been in the Coliseum. They say it's one of those old ones that are really tall. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
the bleachers go straight up, so it's very loud. The sound.
You're at Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech
Okay.
in Blacksburg.
Okay. You going with a friend of ours that has season tickets?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And so there'll be a little crew.
Your
with us.
brother?
Yes. He's
Oh,
going
God.
to. So the game's at noon.
You're staying there?
Coming home.
Oh, gosh.
So we're leaving. early
You're
in
not
the morning.
driving. I know you're not driving.
It's dry February.
You've never
It's
driven.
dry
I
February.
wasn't even
It's fine.
insinuating that, and you bringing that up. You've never driven anywhere. I doubt you would drive. I'm surprised you drove here.
I've driven to the beach once.
Once.
One time.
Right.
One time.
I got you. So you're going to watch Virginia Tech lose.
I mean, I don't know. They play well at home, so we'll see. And then we get back Saturday evening, and on Sunday, you'll love this. My little nephew, Owen, is getting, he had spent some time in the NICU when he was a little boy,
Right.
and so now they're celebrating some of the babies that have, excelled. So he gets to go on the Hornets floor Sunday
Wow.
for their game at 1.
Wow, and you're going?
Yes, our whole family's going. Jeremy, my mom, my dad, my sister, her whole family.
This is your
They-
sister's son.
Yes, they have a suite. And unfortunately, there's not enough people in the suite, so 2 got the boot. So I took it. I took the boot, and I got some other tickets. And so the whole family's in the suite, and then I guess maybe me and Lucy or me and Olivia or me and Jennifer will go sit in the other tickets. It's really close. We're just
Right.
not going to be on the suite. We'll kind of be close together.
And we'll get the free food, free booze.
Exactly. Don't get all the free stuff, but we get to see him go out in the center court. which
Nice.
would be really cool, man.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
That's
So it
pretty
should
sweet.
be a good weekend.
I thought about it last night when we were watching the. It's kind of different scenario, but when we were watching senior night last night at Hickory High, were you there when they?
Was.
Okay, so watching those boys come out, and it's for the last time.
Yes.
Like Britt's going to play lacrosse somewhere, but like those boys, it is going to be the last competitive thing. Like I mean, as a sport, competitive through something like that, organized that they'll ever do.
Well, that's their last home game.
Right. Well, I mean, a home game. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a couple more road games, but yeah, you're right. That's the
And
last
after
time.
this year,
Yes.
I mean, how like it when you're in high school, I don't know if it impacts you that much because you're like, I'm 18, I play pickup basketball, but you don't realize that's the last time.
I thought about it when we were seniors and we lost in the state playoffs in soccer, because I knew I wasn't play soccer anywhere else. I wasn't playing at college. We played intramural, but nothing
Right.
in a
Yeah.
an organized, competitive
In
way.
front of
In front of
fans.
fans, sure. And so, yeah, I got kind of sad. I mean, actually, a lot of us got sad, really, because we had been playing soccer together since we were 5, most of us. Up through rec league and junior highs and high school and all that stuff. So anyway, yeah, it did kind of dawn on me, but yeah, it was a sad day, and I did think about those seniors that way too. Yeah, they have worked very hard. They are a really good team together.
55-5. Those
is
seniors
55 and 5.
have won 55, lost 5 games, and
Unbelievable.
next year they should be better. I mean, the talent that they have that are sophomores and juniors are
loaded.
is amazing.
Oh, and one more thing, and we'll get out of here. But the fella number 34 for North Iredale, his last name was Tharp. He scored 30-some points. That is my buddy Alan Toomis's nephew, and he's 6'8", 6'7", 6'8", very quick. I don't know if you notice how quick he was around the rim.
Yeah.
Can jump. He's decided he doesn't want to continue. I mean, he could play college ball.
Did he have an offer to play college ball?
He said multiple offers, I believe. I don't know exactly to what schools, but he was like, you know what? I'm out.
So-
I'm just going to go to college. I'm not worried about playing
So
ball.
Hickory's big guy is 6'8", right? And I was watching it. It goes to show like game planning. Like there's 2 different players. There's different, and that was a tough matchup for our guy.
Yeah.
Because the guy that played for North Iredale,
34, Tharp.
he would receive the ball out on the perimeter. That's
right.
Or at the elbow. And then he was a driver and he would finish.
Slasher. Yep.
Whereas our guy, that's hard for him to guard because our guy's a down in the box kind of guy, and it was real powerful and strong, and so it was kind of interesting to see how 2 boys that looked very similar.
very similar.
John's bigger, like thicker, but looked very similar. They could have 2 different techniques,
Completely different
scoring
games.
techniques,
Yep.
And
And
they're
both did well.
But yeah, I think John scored 15 or 16 or whatever. So
Awesome
pretty
game.
amazing.
Awesome
But
game.
you could also tell he was their only weapon.
That's right.
Your guy was the only weapon.
34. He had another dude that made a couple threes, but besides, they really depended on him to get in the paint, drive, or get in the paint and then kick it out for somebody to shoot. But anyway, very entertaining game.
Yeah, it was very entertaining.
All right, Hank. So anyway, we got to get out of here, buddy. But anything going on this weekend for you that we need to talk about?
I can't think anything. We're basketball's getting ready to end, so the good thing is last year we had a lot of baseball in the spring, right? Mm-hmm. Well, as you get older, you do baseball season for school, and then you just play it in the summer. So it's kind of making our springs a little bit less hectic. Sure. So we are just kind of. I think we're going to stay at home Monday. So, a lot of people know this, but Reagan had a heart attack when she was 24, 25. And we celebrate it like her second birthday. And it's February 7th. So next week we are actually going to Blowing Rock, and we're going to go out to dinner and stay up there and everything. So that's really the only thing we have on our horizon.
Exciting.
How about you?
I just told you my whole weekend plan, so it is jam full. Hornets game, the basketball game. I did want to say this, too, before we leave. So, the spring is right amongst us. It's just a few months away. This great venue in town called The Hum. The musical folks from all across the area, all across the country, come to perform at this place with a schedule for The Hum. Hopefully we'll be out very, very soon. And, a little birdie told us that there's going to be some fantastic big bands that come to Hickory this spring. So y'all be on the lookout for The Hum's schedule of events in the spring. I'm sure it will not let you down. And until then, Hank, let's root on we'll look forward to the Super Bowl. Next time we come to the Big Fan Studios, it will be the Wednesday after the Super Bowl, so we'll be able to talk about the game and all the fun things that we did for the game, which would include no alcohol, no caffeine, no sugar, no fast food, no carbs for me, Hank.
No watching the game.
No watching the game. I might
no sitting down.
No sitting down, exactly. Just in a little room all by myself in a chair.
Well, I can't wait to hear your success.
Yes, it shall be a fantastic time. And until then, Big Fan listeners, we look forward to talking to you soon in 2 weeks. Peace.
I got wasted cause I didn't want to deal with myself tonight. My thoughts get drowned until I feel.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.